welcome to Sovereign Money Solutions again. My name is Matthew. Here, back at ya with another video. So I encourage you to visit sovmoney.com, check out our blog, Sovereign Solutions blog, and in the future we'll have our Sovereign Solutions podcast right on the website, and it will be, many podcast episodes will actually be embedded into actual blog entries and so forth, and will otherwise be put around there. This video itself will actually be embedded on the sovmoney.com homepage, which if you push in, push that in, sovmoney.com, it will bring you right to the homepage. And so this video will be featured along with a couple others, and there will be some written description to go along with this, and of course I actually do believe there has been a blog entry in respects to this topic today that you can read over, and it will supplement and complement what I'm talking with you today about. And there may be a podcast in the future and that sort of thing on it. But I want to keep this short, so onward and upward, as you will. So, sovereign. Why did I choose sovereign? Well, sovereign basically means free from external force, really free and empowered to do what you will. And of course I would add that if your sovereign is an individual, right, other people are equally sovereign as individuals. I respect the law of reciprocity. I respect, for example, the Ten Commandments. This isn't going to be some Bible thumping kind of enterprise here, but if you look at the Ten Commandments, I mean, makes sense. It really does. Don't steal, don't plunder, don't kill. That's very sensible. And basically, it's the same thing as also saying I believe in the non-aggression principle. And I believe in the non-aggression principle of no force, no fraud, no coercion. I will not initiate force. I will not initiate fraud. I will not initiate coercion. If any of that ever happens, then it's fair game for especially those that are victim to that to respond accordingly and to deal with that. But sovereign, to be sovereign really means to be free from control, to be free, to be the empowered one in respects to the domain in which we speak of. The domain that we speak of in sovereign money is the domain of the individual, your life. Who is sovereign in your life? That is a key thing to really think about and to understand, because if you don't really think about it, you kind of fall into what other people do. And if you look at the habits of most people, I swear to God, it really looks like the sovereign is actually the nation state. And increasingly, well, you look in some areas of the world right now, the European Union and so forth, is a supranational state. It's some globalism, type of deal going on. So, that's all very real, and it's something to be aware of. Because you are, believe it or not, you're the one best empowered to do well with your life, to do well in life, to do good by others, to be perfectly honest. So you look in history a little bit, the sovereign has been the king, has been, the church state, so it might be the church, that sort of thing. And America kind of broke the mold and created a totally different kind of sovereign entity, the sovereign. The ultimate sovereign was the individual. You look at the Constitution, particularly the preamble to it. You look before the Constitution to the Declaration of Independence. You look to the Bill of Rights, the first amendments to the United States Constitution. You look at those, the Bill of Rights and the Declaration of Independence. Boy, if that doesn't prove to you that the individual is sovereign, I don't know what will. Now, it's not to say that a sovereign can't delegate authority and that sort of thing. I mean, clearly you can use a legal instrument, a durable, what is it called? The name does not rise with me right now, so let's just get beyond that. But there are certain legal instruments. Oh, durable power of attorney. There are certain legal instruments, for example, where you definitely delegate authority, key important authority, personal authority, and you delegate it and you do it so-called legally through an instrument that can demonstrate that that was your will and it was consensual on all sides. So obviously the king would delegate authority to and that sort of thing. Well, you clearly can and you do delegate authority. It's key, though, to recognize when you voluntarily delegate and surely delegate authority and when you don't. Very interesting. But bare minimum, what you need to do with this is quite simple. Take charge. Take charge. You be empowered. Take the initiative. Learn some things that you may need to learn in order to do the things that you need to do. Read a little bit about philosophy. Read about some of the foundational documents to Western civilization and so forth. Start digging around a little bit. Hang around sovereign money solutions a little bit. So now we're going to segue away from sovereign to money and solutions, because I'm afraid for some people that whole talk about sovereign and self-empowerment and not pushing everything away to some other entity or thing or whatever take care of you and do all the thinking and responsible actions for you, I just have a feeling that doesn't do it for everybody. So just look at the economic chaos around us right now then. This is something I've been talking about for years, and it's been plainly obvious for years. Don't just count on me. Look at a person named like Ron Paul, who has been, and Ron Paul has been a 3-time presidential candidate, and he's, that old white-haired guy, not currently running, because there's another old white-haired guy, and Ron Paul has stated again and again, look, here are the reasons why, here's what's going on, read some books please, and hey, let's stop this, and let's not go in this direction. Well, unfortunately, that's not going to happen. And so, it's good to look into some of the politics stuff and everything and to get engaged, because you can make some headway there, and you can, more importantly, wake people up. But the thing is, we each individually have to do something now for at least ourselves and our family, and if we take care of that, then we can sort of focus on some of the more outward ripples of sovereignty. And so what I mean by that is, after individual, maybe family, then you go to town, and then you see what I'm saying, it goes to city, it goes to state, and that's just the way things go. At least the way it should go. You focus on your own needs and requirements in that place and time, because if you can't do that, you really can't even help people. You have to take care of yourself. Bleeding hearts cannot be socially given. That's basically what it comes down to. Some people might argue with me about that, but in terms of the way I'm discussing this right now, it's actually the most appropriate thing to say. So we focus on money problems, resource problems, because money procures resources. We're starting to see great scarcity of resources. We're seeing scarcity of so-called jobs and work and that sort of thing. Social stability is going down the tube. You just see that we're really on the precipice of something very, very big. And it's steadily giving way, and this is not abnormal. This kind of thing happens. History rhymes. We have these cycles. It just is what it is. So rather than curl up in a ball and not do anything and be negative all day, rather than do any of that, and by the way, what I'm talking about, having this positive or negative outlook, just did a video on that in regards to the 3 worldviews, the lens effect. You might want to check that out. But at any rate, what you can do now is you can be solutions oriented, and you can focus on these obvious resource and money problems. And by doing that on an individual level first, and then seeking to collaborate with other people and find solutions that will work for other people as well, you can start doing the ripple effect again, and maybe eventually we can start to work out better, larger systems. Quite frankly, I've focused on healthcare, and you can look on the Sovereign Solutions blog post on the Sovereign Solutions blog. We've had a variety of posts so far that have centered upon really almost purely that topic. I'm branching off at this point now to really expose other money problems and find other money solutions and make propositions and kind of flesh out different things that are out there. And so there you go. We're about self-empowerment. We're about discovering and comprehending the money problems that are out there, resource problems, and by utilizing that liberty bias that we do have, the individual liberty bias, that individual sovereignty bias, by harnessing that and implementing that with regards to the solutions and our outlook and so forth, we will find viable alternatives to the order of the day. And it may not, it may not become the staple national policy or anything like that. If there should even be, a national policy for whatever it is, it may not do these big overarching huge things that people seem to want to have done. It's almost like everyone wants the quarterback to go out and throw the Hail Mary. And instead of just focusing on that or the last 3 minutes of the last quarter of a football game, why not prepare for the whole season, preseason, and just focus, and go one game at a time and plan, and do. Why take it easy and just wait till the last minute and then just say, hey, we're just gonna have this one last last ditch effort, and that's gonna be it. It's like going about thinking you're just gonna get some presidency with your guy or gal in there and things are gonna all get fixed. Sorry, that's not the way the world can possibly work. So that's why the individual aspect's so important. It's important philosophically because, quite frankly, the individual truly is precious and important. But it's also important just from a results standpoint. This can't work, folks. We need individual-based solutions. We need a philosophy, that reorients back to where America was founded, where we did respect private rights, that we did respect the sovereignty of the individual, and that we recognize that the individual delegates, and that's what makes that whole thing work. It's about being aware, being concerned, having flesh in the game, not being mistaken and led by false ideologies and that sort of thing, and false promises, and just living in a reality-based community. Where is this? Where is this reality-based community? It's pretty interesting, let's just say that. So that's what we're all about. I hope that this has answered quite a bit of questions. Again, check us out at solvemoney.com. You'll be right there at the home page. This video will be embedded, and there'll be more description regarding it. If you have any comments or questions, you can visit the blog entry related to this and do that, or just leave me a contact on our contact page. So my name is Matthew. Thank you for joining me, and we'll see you later. Bye bye.